What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eye Bright, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead universe. Well, the Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2, Episode 6. So spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, World Beyond, everything related to the Walking Dead universe. Now, Jadis talks with Huck. Well, Jadis talks with Jennifer Malik. Huck is named Jennifer Malik. But what did she really say? Hopefully we'll find out much more involvement later on this season, the final season of World Beyond. But before we get to it, guys, hit that subscribe button, like, share, subscribe, support the PT channel any way that you can. I want to give a shout out to my subscribers, my patrons, my members, really anybody who helps support the PT channel. We truly appreciate it. Now in Season 2, Episode 6 of The Walking Dead World Beyond, we see Jadis calls Jennifer Malik is Huck, the same person. But we see with the closed captioning, it says Jadis calls Jennifer Malik, Huck, Warrant Officer Stokes. Jennifer says, so it's Jadis Stokes. That's the last name of Gabriel in the comic, Gabriel Stokes. Lieutenant Colonel Kublik brought Jadis in to look over things, so Lieutenant Colonel Kublik left, but Jadis will be performing a security audit during her absence. Then later on in the episode, she talks with Jennifer about things. We get to hear what we already know, and it's kind of cool. It's not much, but it's something, and I really hope they expand on it in episode 7, 8, 9, and or 10, or all the above. But we never talked about what I did to get into the Civic Republic. So was she not in the Civic Republic when we saw her on The Walking Dead? 6 years ago now. So that's when she left with Rick, way back when on The Walking Dead. It's been about that same timeline. Huck says to Jadis, I know you were a rescue. So she came in kind of like Huck did with the campus colony, but it was all a setup, even though Jadis was not a setup. So she came here with Rick 6 years ago, but previously she talked with them. She knew that she could get there by setting up an infected person, an A or a B. We still want to know what's up with Father Gabriel and her. Negan bring up the conversation about Jadis, and it needs to happen in the final season of The Walking Dead. Jadis continues, I was living by my wits in the wilderness. So I'm guessing that's season 9 Jadis, when she was with Father Gabriel. She was with our group. It didn't get along. It happened with the Saviors. It was a big old problem. She was outcast and she left, but she bonded with Father Gabriel. You know, I want to see that come back around again. On The Walking Dead, in the Rick movies, wherever. I created a little society quite quickly. That's the Jadis Junkyard. So obviously we're getting a roundup, flashback. Remember when this happened? Here's a tip. You want to create a civilization? So she's talking about her starting the Junkyard, the Jadis Junkyard. From scratch in a hurry, give them their own language. That's why she talks so weird. She did that. Also, give them a little theater to share in. So she was putting on an act. It was an act all along, right? Then they'll make that theater real, so the people will buy into it. It's a nice escape from the zombie apocalypse, but Jadis was like the cult leader. It'll bond them separate from everyone else. So, or separate from everyone else, however you want to say it, but she's talking about the Jadis Junkyard. But I loved my people. She actually cared about her people, her group, and I don't doubt that for a second, because when she lost all her people, she was heartbroken. It's not a big thing, but it kind of is. It's a nice connection in the Walking Dead universe. I lost them because I made the wrong alliances. Yeah, you sure did. You went against Rick and you aligned with Simon and Negan. People were a resource. So we know that this is the wrong alliance that she's talking about, because Simon and the Saviors mowed all her people down. And after, I had an opportunity. That's got to be with Rick, right? I mean, what else could it be? And I created a ticket to get into the Civic Republic. But why is bringing one person on a helicopter, this helicopter, a ticket to the Civic Republic? She had to do something else, right? There's no way that that's that important. I gave the CRM something very valuable. Is that really Rick? Rick is just one man. Is Rick immune? Is something that valuable Rick Grimes? To us, the fans, yes. But to the Civic Republic military? Not really. And she got a new life. Clearly, she's here now with another terrible haircut, and it's very vague. And it's not very descriptive of specifics, but we want to know what she's talking about. For the first time in years, I had safety, which is very important, but my purpose was gone. But what was your purpose before that? Being the leader of the junkyard? Really? Come on. And you can't just glance over this. Why is this so nice in here? Why was there emblems on the applesauce? Come on, one explanation, and hopefully we get that in the remaining episodes. Till I realized that it wasn't. Great, so you had an epiphany. And the next couple lines are like she's selling it to Huck. It had just expanded. Great. And Huck even says, you keep saying it like you don't believe it. My purpose was still to survive. That's everyone's purpose, is to survive, to stay alive, to keep moving forward on to the next day. And I gotten good at it. Well, everybody has. If you're staying alive at this point, that's pretty good, so many years into the zombie apocalypse, with everything I'd been through. Of course, your experiences make you who you are. They're going to change you and make you survive if you can. You're still an ambitious survivor, is what Huck says, I think at least 3 times. An ambitious survivor. An ambitious survivor. Great. Oh, it's not just moving up. Right, so she's talking about promotions, being up further in the food chain of the Civic Republic. I know that the Civic Republic is the last light of the world. We heard that before, said by Elizabeth Kublik. So it's interesting that Elizabeth Kublik is not around, but Jadis is, and they're the same message. And my purpose is to create a new era on this planet. She sounds just like Elizabeth Kublik, but is she playing the game or does she believe this? It's your purpose too. Again, Jadis is overselling it to Huck, and Huck calls her out on it. And again, to further emphasize the point, your mother asked me to keep an eye on you while I was here. So Huck's got a babysitter. We haven't seen this clip yet, but it was in the trailer. It's clearly Jadis, and it was a big deal because we're like, oh, Jadis is back. Yes, what's up with this? Who's she talking to? I'm guessing she's continuing the conversation with Huck. But it'd be great if she was talking to Michonne or Rick. I doubt it. But we can hope, right? But what is going to happen with Jadis in the remaining episodes of The World Beyond? The World Beyond is only 2 seasons. This is the final season. So we need more and more connections because The World Beyond is really a pretty big bridge to the Rick movies, I'm guessing. I'm thinking. That's always what it was to me and a bunch of people. But what did Jadis really say? Not much. She just recapped what we already know, which is nice. It's good to have the continuity in the Walking Dead universe with The Walking Dead, Jadis, and The World Beyond. Hopefully we take a major step. A humongous step towards the Rick movies. The Walking Dead, Jadis could be that major connection there. I really hope it happens. I would love for Jadis to go back to The Walking Dead in this role right here to start a war or some craziness with the Commonwealth and our group. But will it happen? But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you.